guys. We're going to review the probability lesson I was doing using Blackjack. All right, so our first step, we're going to record the scores of the hand. 10 and 6 is 16. 5 and 8 is 13. 10 and 9 is 19. King and 10 is 20. Every picture card is worth 10. My ace here is worth 1 or 11. 11 and 7 is 18. As long as the 11 doesn't put you over 21, you make it 11. If the ace makes you go over 21, then you make it 1. 10 and 3 is 13. And 10 and 7 is 17. So that is how I get the scores of the hands. Pretty straightforward. Then I need to find my denominator by adding up how many exposed cards there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 52 cards in a deck, minus the 14 exposed. My answer is 38. So my denominator is going to be 38 for everything. And we're going to take a second to just put the denominator in so it's taken care of. Down here, 38, 38, 38. 38. I know this takes a couple seconds, but once it's done, it's done. Now we start determining how many of each card are left. Okay? So there's 4 of each card. There's 1 ace exposed, so there's going to be 3 aces left in the deck. There's no 2s exposed, so there's 4 left. There is 1 3 exposed, so there's 3 left. There's no 4s exposed, so there's 4 left. And there's 1 5 exposed, so there's 3 left. So that means there's 17 cards between ace through 5 here left in our deck. Now we do 6 through 10. In terms of 6s, there's 1 exposed, so there's 3 left. In terms of 7, I see 2 exposed, so there's 2 left. In terms of 8, I see 1 exposed, so there's 3 left. In terms of 9, I see 1 exposed, so there's 3 9s left. In terms of 10, I see 2 10s exposed, so there's 2 10s left. Jack, I see 1 of them, so there's 3 left. There's 2 queens exposed, so there's 2 left, and there's 1 king exposed, so there's 3 left. Then I add this up. 3 and 2 is 5, 5 and 3 is 8, 8 and 3 is 11, 11 and 2 is 13, 13 and 3 is 16, and 2 is 18, 18 and 3 is 21. And these two numbers should add up to 38. And now I get into solving my problem. Okay? When the number is less than 17, so player 5 and player 1, where our score is less than 17, I can only win or lose. I win if the dealer gets a card between 6 and king, because if the dealer gets a 6, they're at 22. Anything above it is going to send the dealer's score above 21. All right? So if a 6 through king comes, the dealer goes over 21. In that case, I win. If an ace through 5 comes, the dealer is going to be at 17, 18, 19, 20, or 21. So if an ace through 5 comes, and I don't have over 17, I automatically lose. The only way to win when you have less than 17 is for the dealer to go over 21. So there's 21 cards that cause the dealer to go over 21, 0 cards that cause a tie, therefore 17 cards that beat. The numerators have to add up to 38. Okay? And it's the same number no matter what my score is below 17. So for player 5, it's the same score. 21, 17, 0. All right? 21 wins, 17 losses, 0 ties. Now, when my score is 17, my wins is the same. The only way to win when you have 17 is for the dealer to go over 21. But I can tie. If an ace comes, and there's 3 of those, the dealer is at 16 plus an ace, which is 1, is 17. Therefore, the dealer and you tie. So there's 3 cards that cause you to tie. How many cards are left? 14. 21 and 3 is 24. 24 and 14 is 38. My numerators always add up to my denominator. And now, going forward, I take the wins and ties of 17 and those are my wins for 18. Wins and ties from the previous score give you the wins for the next score. So for player with score 17, the wins and ties are 24. That's the amount of wins for a player with a score of 18. The reason why is if the dealer busts, you win. But if the dealer gets an ace, the dealer now has 17. You have 18. That obviously wins. So you get 24 cards that allow you to win the 21 plus 3. 4 cards cause you to tie. 24 and 4 is 28. 28 and 10 is 38. I take my wins and ties here, which is 28. And that's how many cards help me win when I have a score of 19. The 3 threes would cause me to tie. 28 and 3 is 31. 31 and 7 is 38. And finally, the score for 20. 28 and 3 is 25, or 28 and 3 is 31, excuse me. There are 4 cards that cause me to tie, and therefore there's 3 cards that beat me. And that's how we do this first problem. As I scroll to my second problem, all right, guys, similar problem. I just wanted to kind of organize it so you can see it a little better. I didn't change the problem at all. All right, my score here is going to be 16, 18, 17, 16. Oh, I'm sorry, not 16, but 15, excuse me. 19, 16, and 20. And once again, we have 14 cards exposed. So right away, 52 minus 14, my denominators are all 38. All right, and every problem, even if the denominator is not going to be 38, which it won't be on the next problem, your denominators will always be consistent throughout the problem. All right, that does not change. So my denominators will be consistent throughout my problem. Okay, now what cards are left? Well, if you notice, I don't see any aces through 5s anywhere in this problem. So there's 4 aces left, 4 2s, 4 3s, 4 4s, and 4 5s. That means there's 20 cards that cause the dealer not to bust. That means a lot of cards are going to beat you. This is not a good hand if you're a player compared to what you could have. Now with 6s, I see 1, 2, 2 6s exposed. There's 2 left. With 7s, I see 1, 2, I see 2 7s left. With 8s, I see 1, so there should be 3 8s left. With 9s, I see 1, 2, 3. 3 9s have been exposed, so there's 1 9 left. For 10s, I see 1 10 exposed, so 3 10s left. With jacks, I see 2 of them, so there's 2 left. Queens, I see 1, so there's 3 left. And kings, I see 2, so there's 2 left. 2 and 2 is 4, 4 and 3 is 7, and 1 is 8, 8 and 11. 8 and 3 is 11, 11 and 2 is 13, 13, and 3 is 16, and 16 and 2 is 18. So that's how many cards cause the dealer to bust. So if I'm under 17, 18 wins, 20 losses, 0 ties. 18 wins, 20 losses, 0 ties. And for a score of 17, I still have 18 wins, but the 4 aces create a tie. So now there's only 16 losses. 18, 16, and 4 adds up to 38. Remember, your numerators have to add up to 38. And now I'm just going to take wins and ties. That's 22. There's 4 cards that tie me. There's 12 cards that beat me. 22 and 4 is 26. Go to the 19. 26 cards that win. 4 cards that tie. 8 cards that beat me. 26 and 4 is 30. 30 cards that win. 4 cards that tie. And 4 cards that beat me. Okay. And that's our next problem. Okay. In our next video, we'll go over the problems when we've taken a few cards. So everyone's not going to have 2 cards. It's going to change our denominator, and you'll notice it's going to give you a better chance to win.